The committee in charge of reviewing library books and curriculum materials in Duval County Public Schools is beginning to take shape. In a memo to parents, teachers, and community members, the district announced when and where those review meetings will take place and how that committee was formed.
News4JAX reporter Joe McLean joining us in the studio. Joe, hundreds of people signed up to be part of this committee.
Yeah, at least 360 respondents filled out that survey that we reported a couple weeks ago, which asked them about how they're connected to the district, what grade level they'd be most comfortable reviewing materials for, and whether they agree to read or review the whole book before taking part in scrutinizing it. And even if they weren't selected to be part of the committee itself, they still may be named to one of the review teams. An emailed memo was sent out Wednesday from Duval County Public Schools Supervisor of Instructional Materials and Media Services announcing the first meetings of the newly selected Instructional Materials Reconsideration Committee. It's the group tasked with going over challenged materials from school libraries, media centers, or classroom curricula. The committee was created in response to a law signed by Governor Ron DeSantis that heavily restricts books that deal with LGBTQ and anything that might be considered critical race theory. By Florida law, the committee has to include at least one instructional staff member, at least one certified media specialist, and at least one parent or community member not affiliated with the school. Kathy Driscoll is one of the hundreds that signed up to take part in the teams.
The biggest thing that's bothering me about this is I feel like teachers who are the professionals are not being trusted. That concerns me.
Driscoll said she wants to be on the review teams in order to prevent the removal or restriction of materials based on someone's political or social ideology.
I can appreciate that certain parents don't want their kids to read certain things, and that's certainly within their rights. But to say that no kid can read it because I don't want my kid to read it, I don't agree with that.
Caitlin Bayada has 2 kids in a Duval County elementary school. She also signed up, hoping to keep classroom libraries robust and diverse.
I don't want anything pornographic that my children are reading, but I also think that it's important to have a multitude of books available to children that have all different backgrounds.
Justin Kugler said he signed up to make sure his 2 kids have access to as much reading material as possible at their public school, an education that he said launched his career in aerospace engineering.
I've always loved reading, and I want my kids to have that same joy of reading because that's how we find new knowledge. That's how we learn new things more than anything else.
Now, the first meeting of that committee and the elementary school team is scheduled for next Wednesday. But we have all the dates, times, and the location of those review committee meetings. That's all inside this story on news4jax.com. Reporting live, Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.